What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Ra, question mark, exclamation mark. His name is Momo. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Joe. This is round number 1 of the oh god, what was the tournament called? It was a tournament hosted by Keen Flame, and it was maybe it was called Map Masters. There we go. I've got it in my brain. Map Masters. It's incredibly exciting to watch this because what this tournament is one unlike any of recent memory. Well, kind of. I mean, we had the Mega Random tournament, which is kind of a similar concept to this, but effectively, where this tournament is going to be played on, or has been played on, the majority of unplayed maps. So for the first round here, these players are going to be playing on the map Sudden Death. Sudden Death, you start with a Citadel Center. You start with 4 tents, each giving you 10 population. So you get an extra 10 from your Citadel. You get 40 from your tents. So effectively, you are sitting on 3.5 town centers above your population cap. However, there's no other settlements on the map. And beyond all of this, if you lose your fortified Citadel, you will have a timer coming up and you will lose the game if that expires there. So we'll see how things are going to go. There is a cheeky little bit of water in the middle of the map. We are seeing Momo going for a double dock over here. Now, there are a couple of different spawns here on Sudden Death before we can go into a lot of the other cheeky shenanigans about the tournament. But to first talk about it, on Sudden Death, you can get 3 spawns of fish. Well, basically, both players get 3 spawns of fish each. So a total of 9 fish each. But those spawns do not spawn 3 and 3. They spawn sometimes 2 and 4, or sometimes 3 and 3. So you kind of a little bit of luck there at the start of the game. Not only that, you're probably going to be wondering, why did Joe pick Poseidon and Momo, the Greek player, pick Ra in this game? They didn't. It was a random god tournament in a way. There are some games that have been played in this tournament that are on a random map, and there are a lot of other games which are on there are some games in this tournament which are played with random god. There are some games in this tournament which are played with different rule sets, like you have to play Set, or you have to play Thor, or you have to play random Egyptian, or whatever the rules were the rules. So a lot of funkiness in this game. We also see Momo doing something very, very clever here, utilizing his priest empowerment here on the fortified Citadel to afford not building himself a lumber camp and losing out on the walking time over there. In fact, if you do have this priest empowering the Citadel Center with this, the lost wood is not really, you don't actually lose wood. So it's effectively like these villagers are gathering without them having any sort of problems there. So you just get a little bit of extra wood early game, something like that. So I love that play there from Momo. But the problem here is both players have not scouted this location over here just yet. And Joe's going to be very, very upset with the current state of his own fishing ship, as he is now moving on to this left side of the map. So too is Momo, going to be wanting to drop his dock down over here. I would have assumed that it would have been better for the Egyptian player to go 1 dock here, 1 dock over here, like every single time, and just build one fishing ship out of kind of both docks, or by the time you get the second dock up, get your 3rd fishing ship out here. So you can just scout and see which side is the best side for you to be building your fishing ships on, and try and claim the one with the 12 fish as fast as possible. Anyways, we are seeing Hermes coming through here for Joe. Now, here's the big thing. The meta for Poseidon versus Egyptian is normally going to be fast 3 town center. But there's a big problem with the fast 3 town center strategy, in that you can't do that on Sudden Death because there's no extra town centers to get. So you don't get that extra economy. So same too with Ra, whose normal game plan is going to be a fast 2nd town center of some sort, You don't get that either, as we are seeing bars coming through here for Momo. We're seeing Hermes come through for Joe, and we'll probably be seeing some triremes getting built out straight away. The big question is going to be, can Momo hold on to here, and will he be regretting that bars pick instead of the tar pick, getting him Shadoof and allowing him to make those cheap farms? So we'll see how things are going to go. Fishing ship's still coming out on this location. We see Joe building some fish out here as well, as he's trying to claim all of the spots. As the trireme comes here, shoots the fishing ship off that location. Joe can then claim it for himself here, which he definitely should be thinking about doing, as Momo garrisons his fishing ships. Moving around here with the trireme, going to be looking for something to take out, as a pickaxe, hand axe coming through for Momo, playing it very, very slow here at the start of the game here. A 5-minute, 20-second advance time. Very, very delayed. We'll see how things are going to go. Obviously not an Egyptian main, so doesn't really know the hardcore meta. And Joe is going to be looking to punish him just a little bit, going straight into the middle of the map, dropping that stable down. I honestly reckon the best play here for Poseidon is to go through air. He's getting access to that Cyclops here to bash these buildings down while you get yourself the trireme, cast Pestilence over here and win this out really, really hard. Will be really, really good here, but we are seeing on this location now some trireme coming in to push Momo off of this location. The stable is now out. Hippocon starting to come through. We've got the Sphinx out right now. Theseus coming in. The second favor coming through for Joe to get himself out. His Hippolyta here, as those triremes just sitting back. The fishing ships all garrisoned in. Cabinet's now starting to come through. He's got 5 currently at the ready and only 3 trireme over here. As the trireme pop out for Joe, we're starting to see more docks getting cheekily thrown up over here by Momo, as he's also going to drop down that armory there, as the Centaur getting chased away there. Theseus on the way to get a little bit of a savior there, as Joe does decide to just turn around, utilize that special, and sacrifice himself a little bit there, as the Sphinx is going to be searching around for something to take out. We've got the Hippocon now garrisoning into that stable there, as the cabinets coming out onto this location. Momo's going to be really, really happy with this win here. 7 cabinets out. We're starting to see the cabinets coming through now for I should say the triremes coming through for Joe, but he doesn't have the gold just yet to really make that work. And losing the water, you don't have a real answer for losing the water, because normally losing the water, you can just drop a town center and you're kind of okay. You can kind of keep going. But if you lose the water, that's not really what happens. It's the cabinets here trying to check out. They're missing this cheeky fish over there, a cheeky dock on this location. Getting 3 extra fishing ships could be a really, really big deal for Momo going forward in this game, as the Sphinx still searching around for something to do here. As those Hippocon 3 in the bank here for Joe, just hanging back. Now, the thing is here for Joe, he does have access to Dionysus in this game. So Dionysus here getting himself a Skylar out in order to happily take this water. It's very, very hard for the Ra player to hold against that Dionysus, as the armory coming through, the monument to the villagers coming through. Momo wants to go to the next age, but he's got no resources in the bank just yet to make that happen. His barracks is up. The cabinets come out. The trireme come out, I should say, as the cabinets retreating back. And we'll see how things are going to go here, as good micro from Joe, pulling those cabinets away from the dock. They're going to be sniping those out, giving him access back onto this location. Meanwhile, on the left side of the map, we are seeing triremes getting built yet again. All those fishing ships sitting in this dock over here. We see the Theseus coming in to deal with that Sphinx over here, trying to take that out as fast as he possibly can, and indeed will be able to. A dead Sphinx and a happy Joe there on that location, winning the water over here now, as the game getting very, very spicy here. Now, the big thing is that Momo right now has got 1,000 wood in the bank, and that wood is relatively useless here. He could get himself a shaft mine, but that's roughly it. He's not going to want to make slingers here. He's not going to want anything else. So really, if he's not going to make cabinets anymore, which I'm not sure if that's the case or not, but really he should be taking all those villagers off of wood, put them onto gold, throw his farms down, cast rain, as we do see the Hippocon coming out, going to be attempting to take down these docks and give Joe the claim of this this really, really strong lake over here. We'll see if that's going to help him secure this kind of game and see how things are going to go. So We do see the cabinets getting pulled back over here now. Just because you win this water, especially against Ra, it's not the end of the story here. Ra's got the farms, Ra's got the rain, Ra's got all these goats. Ra's going to be completely fine here as Momo's getting very, very close to being able to advance to the next age. Whereas Joe here, he's going to need to think about taking villages off of wood here, and he's actually doing that. Take villages off of wood, jump over onto the herdables over here or onto the boar in the middle of the map. Anything like that, it's going to be really, really useful. We see the Hippocon coming in to take that down, and he needs to remember to not get stuck in the classical age here, because on sudden death or in sudden death, you've actually got access to 170 population. 170 population in the classical age, but you don't have the economy. So the best bet is actually to get yourself to the heroic age at a decent time and drop markets. Markets effectively act as your second town center, your third town center, your fourth town center in terms of production into your economy. So getting to that heroic age on sudden death is vitally important. So much so that it might even really be worth it to not fight the water at all. Just accept that it's going to be you're going to lose the early stage of the game there. Rush heroic age, drop the market down, and get yourself a really, really strong heroic age army and a strong economy going with that trade route as an option. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It's a very, very unknown meta here on sudden death, to be sure, as the house is getting torn down. Hathor on the way. So the reason why I was saying that, apart from just the economic aspect, but if you get stuck in the classical age against a Ra player, the Ra player is going to have access to camelry, and camelry tear unupgraded Hippocon apart. Even medium Hippocon, those cavalry are going to completely destroy you. So you got to be really careful. You got to get those upgrades, those heavy cavalry or chainmail upgrades, as Joe is really actually trying very hard to get to that next stage. His armory is coming down. He's got lots of resources in the bank. The stables, archery range is in the middle of the map as well, as we see another barracks coming down. Spearmen starting to come out for Momo, as we see the spearmen wandering across the map here to try and defend his docks over here, as the cabinets are on this location. He's got to be a little bit careful over here, because it looks like the triremes have mostly been dealt with, as more cabinets are coming out. Aphrodite on the way actually here for Joe, and deciding not going to be wasting his time here with a Dionysus in this game. As we see those Hippocon having to retreat back, and now Joe has to rethink his kind of unit composition. He does have access to Toxotes here. He can spam those out very, very hard. So we'll see how things are going to go here as Aphrodite is on the way. We don't see a market up just yet here for... there it is. So the market going to be coming up in this corner. You want to put it as close to this location as you possibly can. Maybe a couple down here just in case your opponent gets water superiority over there at some point. So we do see those cabinets going to be starting to take down the dock on this position. The spearmen can help out as well. And we aren't seeing anything else coming through those docks just yet. So this is going to be an interesting one, because the kind of water split has gone such that the better market spots are going to be over here and over here. Both players controlling their market spot, having access to the water there, but there will be access to transport ship shenanigans later in the game to try and harass those trade routes. So we'll see if that's going to be a problem or not, and we'll see what's going to happen now. The other thing to remember, this is something which I think is going to be very, very unknown to a lot of players. But on sudden death, you get access to a free Architect's upgrade. Now, I'm not 100% sure if this Architect's upgrade includes Masons or not, but I know you can't get Masons. Now, I did have a question in the chat as to, like, why don't you just try and, like, rush down the tents in the early game? And the simple answer is it's actually quite hard to kill a Architect tent at 990 HP. It's quite a lot. Up here, we've got 990 HP. If you look at the houses, that's nearly double what the house's hit points is. So taking those down really fast is quite challenging. Not only that, they've also got quite a bit of hack armor as well at 55%. Funnily enough, you're actually better off rushing it down with archer units than you are with melee units, which might be a little bit strange to hear, but there's definitely an option there if you want to go for those kind of more like Toxote rushes to take them down or something like that. So we do see the rock now moving around the map here for Momo, looking for something to take out here as Joe is just hanging in his base. He's got himself watchtowers, trying to be as safe as he possibly can in his base. His army very much out of position. His Hippolyta is where? I don't see Hippolyta anywhere on this map just yet for Joe. He's pulling his Nemean line back here. Now, the big power spike here for Joe is actually Artemis. Now, if you are playing against an Artemis civilization, and that's Hades or that is Poseidon on sudden death, you really need to consider spamming buildings around your town center. These farms here, while they might seem nice and safe, nice and happy to have them, they're taking vital space that you could spam buildings around this town center and keep it alive against an earthquake, which could be very, very important come the next portion of the game, because one earthquake here, not only will the earthquake probably kill the tents, which is also really important, but it'll kill the citadel and put you in a really, really tough position, losing the population there as well. So the other thing here, which Momo might want to consider, is actually doing what either siege tower drops on those tents or going for some catapult raids on the tents themselves, as we do see the spearmen coming in onto this location. We see the walls coming up. We do see the spearmen trying to break down that market over there, but not going to happen just yet. The Covenant's finally going to finish off this final dock over here. Both players still a little bit confused about where that last fishing spot is. Now, this map is technically a vanilla map. This code is probably vanilla code as well. So it was not unheard of for maps to not spawn fair. It was not unheard of for maps to spawn unfair resources. So we'll see how things are going to go here. Hephaestus, the god of choice here for Joe. That's a surprising one. Yes, Hephaestus will give him an extra 10 population in economy, but losing out on that earthquake on this Citadel Center and the possible destruction of tents is such a head scratcher for me. I would assume going Artemis has to be the way here, but this actually means we're kind of going to be due for a very, very long game here, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see how it's all going to go as the army starting to converge on this position, making mummies. He's got himself all the chariot archers out. Heavy cavalry coming through. It's 135 population for Momo to 132 for Joe. Joe's got lots of food in the bank. He really needs to consider getting a market down somewhere and starting that trade route here as another armory is coming up here. We haven't actually seen Momo start his trade route either. Momo's got not very much food in the bank, so probably feeling like it's not the best of ideas as the spearmen's searching around over here. Villagers very much out in the open. Any villager kills at this point are going to be incredibly strong. Sultan 4 actually coming through for Joe to get himself even more food as the Son of Osiris sitting in on this position, going to be doing so much damage, but there is no safe place for the Son of Osiris to be as Curse gets dropped down here. The Hippocon trying to break through. Hippolyta are going to be able to take down that mummy here, and we'll see how hard Momo is going to win this fight with that Son of Osiris doing so much damage in the back here. No real upgrades for Joe in terms of the hack armor, so that Son of Osiris just completely torches the Hippocon here as Joe big locust coming in onto this position as now the tent is under attack here. The tent does cost 200 wood, so it does a lot. It costs a lot to kind of repair, but if it goes, it goes. As the spearmen trying to finish that tent off, and with the help of Locust, it might end up going down 500 HP. Those spearmen do next to no damage to the tent here, ladies and gentlemen, as the Toxotes come in to defend. Meanwhile, we see the Hippocon trying to converge in onto that Son of Osiris. They do get a cheeky surround on this one as the Toxotes sitting in the back. The Son of Osiris trying to make a bit of a retreat away from here. 130 population to 152 population as Momo is retreating away on this position. Did not finish off the tent there. We see the catapult in for Momo at this point. I would love to see a rock coming out here for Momo. Well, I say that while everyone else is like, please don't lame Momo, but laming in a tournament is part of the game. Get the rock out, get those catapults in, pick off those 4 tents and have an incredible advantage going forward here in this game as Joe's going to be retreating back now. He's got his army over here. Lots of Toxotes have been created here for Joe. tons and tons of food in the bank for Joe. But right now, he's got himself Forge of Olympus, and those armory upgrades are going to be coming in fast. Joe wants to get straight to iron as fast as he possibly can in order to have a really big advantage against this Egyptian army, because guess what? Right now, that advantage is Momo's. Momo has got already bronze mail and bronze weapons here as the army coming around on the backside here. The micro there onto the Son of Osiris. Those Toxotes can start targeting down the Son of Osiris. Very much in a poor position here as the Toxotes trying to get in to take that one down. Joe might be attacking here just a little bit too early, ladies and gentlemen, as it seems to me that something is missing here from Joe. He might not have he does have fortified citadels. He's missing a house, I think. He should be at 170 population here, but maybe he's just lost that house somewhere in this game. As where's the Son of Osiris at? Looks like he's retreated all the way back over here. 393 HP remaining. 4 catapults are out now for Momo. 165 of 170 population as the army retreats back. We'll see how things are going to go here moving forward as Momo... He's in a really, really good position. The question is, can he maintain this armory advantage with Joe, who should be getting close to full iron by now? But it looks like Joe is not close to full iron in the slightest. Trying to throw some more military buildings down here. Archery ranges going up everywhere. And finally, we're starting to see the camel caravans. I was talking about how important the trade route is going to be on this map at the very start here. And it's a very, very late time in this game. 19 minutes into this game as the Toxotes moving up here. We see the Hippocon are able to get some good damage done onto those chariot archers, and the Toxotes is going to be able to get a couple of hits in as the chariot archers retreating away here. Nice play from Joe, keeping himself in and at this point, but Momo's claiming the center of the map. We see some militia coming through here. Momo still hasn't quite clicked in his brain that getting a rock out and targeting those tents is going to be a really, really big thing. Still, he must be able to build a house, right? Hang on, can I build a house? I think I can. Can I build a house if I was on Momo's side? I can. I don't know. I don't know if he's missing something or if it's just my brain isn't quite right, but or if Momo picks something off. Anyways, we got the heavy Toxotes, we got the bronze mail coming through. That's going to be absolutely huge. Champion chariots now coming through for Momo as both players just hanging back at this point. Siege works over here going to be going up very, very shortly as Skin of the Rhino also coming through for Momo to buff up those villages. Siege works on the way there. We'll see if Momo can push in. The big important thing here that Momo might realize, because there's no trade route here for Joe just yet, getting access to this area here and stopping this gold income is going to be a big, big thing. As the Hippocon moving in, bronze mail just about to pop here for Joe, which is going to help him quite a bit against that Son of Osiris. But we'll see how this fight's going to go as the Hippocon are able to get in here still. No champion Hippocon here or champion Toxotes. Those catapults in this position here are going to get taken down very, very fast. That's a lot of resources. I think that's 2,000 resources worth of catapult out of position there, getting taken down. The Son of Osiris getting some good damage done as those Toxotes can move forward and start taking the Son of Osiris out here as the catapult does go down over there. We'll see how things are going to go as the Son of Osiris does pop back over here, starting to do even more damage onto this location. Those Toxotes need to start targeting the Son of Osiris down, and they do indeed do it. Good garrison micro here from Momo, even bringing some terrain into the field here as that Son of Osiris being idle is going to hurt quite a bit. Momo now the one struggling for population here for some reason, as he's retreating back, dropping the barracks down and everything else. We see the Son of Osiris dropping out yet again, trying to get that damage done, but Joe is on top of this one here as the Son of Osiris might try and make a break for it here, ladies and gentlemen, but just continuing to drop in and out, get one zap, take some damage. This is not going to be a winning fight here for Momo as he's pulling away, trying to get his population back into gear. Nine camel caravan out right now for Momo. He's still producing from just the one market here, so he's at 67 villages, 10 camel caravans, but just not enough economy or production here to keep up with what Joe's got coming for him. Polyphemus now out here as these guys pushing into each other. We've got the villagers over here on this gold mine, as this might be a problem starting up for for Momo, but I mean, he should be able to get himself up to at least 20 camel caravans, so he's probably going to need more like 40 here once his gold completely expires. We'll see how it's going to go. Still, he's got Iron Mail, which is going to be a really, really big help. Son of Osiris still sitting in here as the Polyphemus sitting, whacking away these Toxotes. You're just going to happily sit and wait for that Son of Osiris to pop out and pick that one off and give him a really, really big advantage moving forward in this game. There's the Son of Osiris out. The Toxotes not focusing it down. There it goes now. The Son of Osiris will be getting picked off there. Nice play from Joe, managing to take that one out as the Polyphemus finishes off the Migdol stronghold there, and Joe is starting to make a really big push forward. Buildings getting thrown up everywhere. Lots of economy in the bank here. Lots of gold mines remaining. Still no effort started on a trade route just yet for Joe, but his food is starting to wane a little bit there at only 500 remaining here as the units are trying to retreat back. We see the Migdol stronghold coming up here in this game as the units pulling back. We see now Joe's got another idea. He can move over here, take this gold mine away. If he can control this gold mine in the middle of the map, that's going to be even bigger here. And it looks like Joe might be able to do so as the Polyphemus comes through, bashes that Chariot Archer away. Momo has to retreat back. He's got the Spearman Chariot Archer army here, which technically is good enough to beat this Hippocon army, but even with the upgrades he's got, even with Iron Mail, it's just not enough. That Greek army's quality is just so absurdly strong. As we see a watchtower coming up over here, he does have crenellations, he does have bronze weapons. Those champion Hippocon now are not going to last all too long against that type of a building here, especially if guard towers comes through. But the Hippocon going to move forward, try and start harassing this location. Meanwhile, over here, this gold mine does have 2,000 left in it. The Polyphemus tanking a lot of damage there, so retreats away from that ball of Chariot Archers. Momo's at 170 of 170 population now. He's got himself 15 camel caravans here. Still no trade route started here for Joe. Walls coming up over on this side of the map as well for Joe, making sure that it's nice and secured. No sneaky villager action coming up. Meanwhile, more buildings on this top side, but he needs to go over here to get the trade route blockage here as the villagers shanking away. We see the units retreating there as well, as the Hippocon coming in onto this position, trying to take down the villagers as fast as they possibly can. We see the Spearmen on this location here. As we'll see how this is all going to go here. The units for Joe not really paying attention, but we see Secrets of the Titans now coming through for Momo. This is going to be really, really big. You have to get a Titan out if your name is Joe right now, because you can't allow the Titan to just walk in here and take the town center down, because normally, as Greek, you have enough time to just allow the Titan to wander around and do its thing. But on sudden death, you do not have the time. You have to get your Titan out in time. Otherwise, you lose the town center and you lose the game here. But Joe here is still producing from all of his military buildings, retreating back. He's getting himself his armory upgrades as fast as he possibly can, but he's just not focusing on getting that Titan out. It's really, really important. The other way around here would be to make a whole bunch of Hetairoi maybe and try and sneak around the side of the map here to snipe it up. We see a temple coming through over here. Still no Titan Gate. There's the Titan Gate getting dropped down. The villagers pulled off of the farms over here, going to be throwing that down as fast as he possibly can at this point. A very, very tense moment here as Joe is desperately trying to get the resources he needs to get his own Titan Gate out, and now he's clicked up to the Secrets of the Titans Age. The question is, will he get it out in time or not? He doesn't have those pesky donkey caravans out just yet to path block. He's got a couple of donkey caravans here, but he has to retask them onto the town center to make them go to the further town center. But we'll see how things are going to go here. The wall over on this side here start up. Joe's going to try and push through here even more so. Chariot Archer's just holding, and I think Momo's going, well, if Momo wanted to, he probably could put 30 villagers on this Titan Gate to get it out as fast as he possibly can and try and get it across the map before the Secrets of the Titans comes out for Joe. That's got to be the play here, but it's just not happening. And Joe's got a really good foothold in this game, but The villager count now for Momo is starting to look very, very scary. Lots of armory upgrades, lots of economic upgrades, lots of just general upgrades going to be able to come through here for Momo. Also getting himself coinage. Same too for Joe, as the Hippocon over here do get spotted. The Spearman going to be able to take those out as the Hippocon trying to get in onto this Titan gate over here. The units here pushing through. We see the Heliopoli is out. Joe allowing this gold mine to get mined from is very, very poorly played. He needs to get in onto that location and prevent that from happening. As the Spearmen come through, we'll see if Joe is going to be able to make this work or not. Still hasn't got himself champion upgrades just yet, as the barracks over here are going to be going down. We see the Heliopolis moving in onto this position, taking this down. There's the Sixers of the Titans here. He's got himself 60%-ish to catch up, or he's got 46% to catch up, but we'll see if he's going to be able to get it down. He's bringing 17 villagers over here only. If I was Joe, I would be thinking more like 20, 25 villagers. He does have this upgrade, Divine Blood, which does give a build rate increase, so the Titans should come down quite fast. But Momo's going to have the advantage here moving forward. Not only that, again, one rock, a couple of catapult, swing around the side here to snipe this Titan gate, or better yet, had we seen shifting sands here from Momo, a shifting sands onto this location to take that out would have been absolutely game ending here for Joe. But at this point, we see the villagers repairing this one back up, doing a good job of that there, as the Toxotes firing back as best as they possibly can. Mercenaries starting to come out here. I'm sure these are going to have Medjai. For some reason, that upgrade doesn't show up in the tooltip when you get it, but we'll see them coming through to try and hold this position here, as Joe now moving in, dropping stables over here, trying to get in onto this position. He looks like the Migdol might be able to stop that, as it just barely does there, but Joe does have a really, really big opportunity to get in here and stop this location. We do see a priest empowering this market. It is kind of important to get a pharaoh over there to empower that one. The extra 5% empowerment bonus that a pharaoh gets does end up becoming quite a bit of gold over the course of a game, especially with 27 units there. As we see the Titan out 44% of the way completed there. We'll see, can this Titan get to the other side of the map here? Now, if you are in a race here with the Titan moves at 3.75 speed. Looks like Momo's not in a race at all. But what you can do is you can actually use one of these chariot archers or a cavalry or something, bring it back, and you can actually speed walk the Titan across the map in a way similar to, if you are unaware of what speed walking is, I implore you to go and watch the world record playthrough. I think it was a world record. I might not have got it, but a playthrough of the scenario, the campaign where you got the Osiris piece cart and you have to drag it all the way back to the Egyptian town, and you can speed walk that with the use of 2 units to make that walk really fast there, as the Titan is just going to sit in the base here. It looks like Momo might actually be deciding to go for a wonder here, leaving his Titan at home. We see the Monument of the Villagers coming up. Will he be able to get it up in time or not? Joe's already got 53 favor, so if Joe's smart here, he's going to be sniffing this out and go, do I go wonder here, or do I go for broke with a big attack against the Momo units here? The Titan comes out. We'll see what the choice is going to be. Favor has been spent. Colossus coming here. The wonder is 100% the option here for Momo, as he is going to have, not only is he going to have the resources already, but more importantly, he's going to have the Pharaoh to empower the wonder and get it up incredibly fast. Even with Divine Blood, it doesn't matter, as now the Titan is starting to move forward here, ready to cause some problems. We do see the Pegasus over on this location here has spotted out what's happening, and not only that, look at this. We've got the Juggernauts coming in onto this position. Oxy Juggernauts at that no population room here for Momo to make anything to defend this. So those markers going to get taken down. We see the wonder coming up for both players. Whose will get up first? Spoilers. Egyptians win these races. You can't win this race. You have to start the wonder first. As Greek, don't care how many villagers you put on. Well, I mean, it depends. If you've only got 21 villagers here, as Momo, you're not going to win this at all. We'll see. We'll see. That's a lot of villagers being pulled here by Joe. He's got 20 20 plus villagers over here, 29, 30. He's got, must be 40 villagers on that Wonder about. And we've seen this one over here going up incredibly fast as well, 33. We'll see what the exact HP difference, 1,000 HP difference. So the Joe Wonder is going to be finishing first here, ladies and gentlemen, unless more villagers get pulled onto this location as the Titan moves forward. But this might be completely fine, because if you see a Wonder going up as the Egyptian, you're going to start thinking, oh, rock time. And those rocks can drop onto those tents and cause some problems there. As the guard tower getting taken down over here, as Joe's slowly starting to move here. He still hasn't gotten anything out of that location there. We see some spearmen coming into that barracks for some reason. Not sure what their purpose is there, as the Wonder is very heavily winning now for Joe as more villagers get pulled onto this Wonder. It's going to be really, really close now. There's a big amount of building time to be made up here from Momo. He's going to be kicking himself for not pulling even more villagers onto this location. 1100 HP here. It's going up so quickly. Which one? It's going to be so close here. Momo's catching up. It's so close. Joe's only got like 500, 1,000 HP remaining here, but so too does Momo. This is going to be a matter of seconds, ladies and gentlemen, and it looks to be Joe the winner, just barely, as it finally finishes there by a matter of 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7. He's 7 seconds behind, ladies and gentlemen. If he pulled those villagers 7 seconds earlier, he would have finished that Wonder first and be in a much different situation right now. Joe, very smart. He gets that one up. We see the Titan moving forward here. Joe realizes nothing is the problem anymore. He's going to pull back and go for this Wonder victory. Ladies and gentlemen, we're starting to see Momo pushing forward over here. The markets, one market was destroyed. A handful of heavy ramming galleys have been produced here for Momo. As the unit's pulling back, I do think the Titan here is going to... Oh, you've got to micro the Titan, though. Okay, they do get both starting that hit first with the help of the Heliopolis, plus these Polyphemus and the Hippolyta. Not sure who's going to win here, but a cheeky retreat here from Joe as he realizes, look at that damage there from the Momo Titan. As the Titan gets one whack over here, he's going to be retreating all the way, waiting out this eclipse for sure. Now, the other thing to remember here is Joe has got an extra minute spare as the path blocking attempting to come in here. A little bit of cheekiness here as the Theseus going to come over here. We do see the Titan going to be taking down that Wonder over here as the unit's getting a lot of damage done. Joe wants to keep his Titan alive, at least at a little bit of HP here, as those Hippocon all getting taken down. We do see the champion chariots coming in onto this location. The barracks over here going to be getting taken down, as we do see some spearmen targeting down this market. Not what Joe wants to see. He doesn't have another good market placement here, so his trade route will get taken out, as Momo's big Eclipse hold in this game does not work out for him. Honestly, with that Eclipse, he could have ran across the entire game, and he does tap out there, decides he doesn't even want to try it, ladies and gentlemen. Joe gets the dub with 7 seconds difference here. I do think that there was several different things that Momo could have done. I think that Joe should have gone Artemis here 100% of the time, every single time. Going for the shifting sands play would have been a much better idea here than Eclipse. I love the Eclipse to win the Titan fight, but in the end of the day, you could have just clicked Eclipse, had a 4.5 speed Titan moving across the map to probably get to the opponent's Titan Gate in time, in all honesty, with that Titan Gate being so far behind. But a great win here for Joe. He's going to be super happy. Now, in this tournament, there was a loser's bracket, so Momo still has another chance here in this one. If you guys enjoyed this and enjoy these kind of new, unique maps, let me know in the comment section below and in the Twitch chat and all the other good stuff. And hopefully we're going to be able to see a whole bunch more of these new maps coming. And my name's Boit, and I'll see you guys in the next game.